Joaquin, starting with this film, this is you and Mark producing. Was there ever a time that you guys thought about maybe switching the roles?
No, I don't think that we discussed that. I think very early on in the process, James, I talked about different roles. I mean, I remember talking about Joseph at one point, but this is like 5 years ago. Okay. But I think by the time that we actually got to this place, it was set on those roles.
How did you choose this particular film for the three of you to work together again? What was it about this story that you wanted to tell?
Well, to be honest, it wasn't particularly just this story. I mean, it was really the opportunity to work with James again, because I think that, you know, James, he writes a script. They're very well detailed. They're vivid. They're wonderful, rich scripts. But what James thrives on is the process. He loves getting together with actors and discussing the script and making those changes. And so, you know, I knew going into it, without even reading the script, that I knew that I was going to want to be a part of this. I knew that we were going to find something that would be stimulating for me as an actor.
How did you approach the character in the beginning and throughout?
Well, there's never one approach. I mean, sometimes when people ask me about my approach, I almost feel ridiculous, because it's almost like asking somebody their approach for surviving a 60-foot fall. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know, I was upside down at one point, hit my head, and at the end of it they said, you're wrapped. But I think that in some ways, you always go into it with, at least I do, with an extreme sense of desperation. It's so odd. You look at a piece of paper and it says hello, good morning, and suddenly you go, hello, good morning. How do I say hello, good morning? The most simple things seem odd to you. You're suddenly kind of aware of everything. You're trying to make these changes, and oftentimes it begins with really kind of simple yes or no questions that help you to define kind of some of the personality traits of this person. And a lot of these things wouldn't seem very revealing or very interesting to anybody, but they start helping you to develop a character. And that's really how it begins. I mean, every film, I think that the director really has to define the boundaries of the world that you are playing within. And it's about kind of understanding those boundaries and what tonally where are we. And there's a number of different ways to find a character. There's not really one right way. There's never been one approach that has served me. I think it changes each time.
So you're not like the one way, this is a method, this is a way I use. You kind of play around with it.
No, I don't know. I don't really know what's best. I think that I'm always open to learning a different way of prepping for something, and each director is different. Some directors really like to rehearse, and some don't as much, and it seems to change from film to film.
Well, you always do it right, man.
Thanks very much.